Could we like move it like this so it's like straight into the camera line? Are you guys going up and I'm going down? Like is it opposite? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hi.
This is the first one of the year. We already screwed it up. Jeez.
We're a little rusty.
It's all right.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Say hello, Carolyn.
Hi.
All right, there we go. Hey, everyone. We are live back. First live update of the session from ASBA World Headquarters. So as you might notice, we have a new face with us. Morgan left us because she's still in college. And we have had a new addition, Carolyn. So we're going to give Carolyn a chance to introduce herself. She is our intern for this semester. Carolyn, please.
Thank you, Chris. So I'm Carolyn with a K, Carolyn Baldwin. I am currently attending Arizona State University, and I'm majoring in political science.
Woohoo!
Best degree.
Yep. So we're excited to have Carolyn here this semester. Started hot this week. We had Senate Education was scheduled to hear a pretty controversial sex education bill, Senate Bill 1082, but that appears to be dead for now. They pulled it off the agenda at the last minute, and it still has not been first read or assigned. So
big ups to President Fan on that one.
Yeah, that was nice. That was real nice. Yep. So we just heard two kind of non-controversial bills. And then next week, there's 4 bills on the agenda. 2 of them are pretty interesting. One is Senate Bill 1048, which is the State Board of Education's employee discipline bill. This would create a system to track non-certificated employees if they're being accused of or found guilty of committing immoral or unprofessional conduct, and create a system so that districts could search a system and, just like they do with certificated employees, see if there are any allegations or accusations against an employee. So that's great. The other one is 1060, which would increase the Group B weight funding for 2 categories of special education, speech language impaired and other health impaired, and the severe intellectual disability category for the students who are self-contained, not in resource, which would bring them to the same funding level as the resource students. So it'd be $50 million into those weights and then $5 million into the Extraordinary Special Ed Needs Fund. So that's another one that we're excited to hear next week.
All right, thanks. It's a lot. We got more coming. So, but before we get into the governor's budget, which I know everybody's excited about, Carolyn's going to update us on next week's calendar. So, Carolyn, what do we got?
Okay, so it looks like this week we didn't have any house education meetings, and next week we won't have any either due to the holiday. So we're expecting packed schedules for the next upcoming 4 weeks and meetings.
Yeah, so we got 4 weeks to hear all the House bills that the House Ed is going to hear, so should be big time, especially since they dropped like approximately
850, I think.
Yeah, 850 bills so far in the House. So
it's a lot.
Oh, not the House, that's total.
Or total, I'm sorry. See?
Regardless, still.
Lots.
Still a lot, guys.
So biggest deal, governor's budget out today. It's just a little after 3. They dropped at 2, so we have a little bit of a rundown for you. So hang on. In the interest of brevity, we're going to go kind of quick, but we will have a full summary out with our daily update this evening. So here we go. So the governor's budget it's about a $12.3 billion budget on $12.49 billion of revenue, so there's a little bit there. That's $965 million more than FY 2020, give or take. So there's a lot in there, but with regard to K-12, it's pretty simple. I say that. There's $35 million in supplementals for school facilities board funding with additional, so to fund this year's school facilities board projects. Then next year, there's an additional about $20-ish million to bring the total for FY 21 to $108 million. So there would be next year, under the governor's plan, $108 million in building renewal. Aside from growth, which is normal growth and inflation, there's $175 million for the last 20 by 2020 installment. That's split between the general fund and the classroom site fund. $50 million of that will have to come from the classroom site fund this year, is what we understand. There's $32 million, is that right, for $35 million, to move results-based funding to be on letter grades, and then $44 million for Project Rocket, which we talked about in the State of the State. That's $150 per pupil for low-performing schools. Then we have a big one, an extra $135 million to fully restore district additional assistance this year. So that's a big one. And then a number of other things. $1 million for gifted funding, move to ongoing. So if you're worried about that, that'll be in there. And then a number of different smaller issues. There is new school construction this year again. Chandler Unified and Tonka Verde School District both qualify for new schools this year, so those are in the budget as well. There are about 5 to 10 other things that are in there, but those are the big highlights, and we will provide all the rest of those numbers to you in our daily update with our customary governor's budget summary. Whew. It's a lot of numbers. So DAA, building renewal, Project Rocket, growth and inflation, teacher pay. That's all in there. So, and then there's a number of other things. Oh, gifted, like I said, which I said. So, hang on, watch your email, and we will get you all the rest of it. Welcome, Carolyn. Thank you, Lee. We will see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.